with 2017 Worlds. You know, you have T1.
Don't tell me that. That was a terrible.
It was because Arden senses. We see a Scuttlecraft bite. Peter putting the Unbreakable down. It's going to get knocked up. Almost falls, but dashes away. Ginger dashes in with the audacious charge. Managed to pick up the kill. Able to survive as well, but Dokdam dashing forward for it. Honkyu's going to have to flash the wall, but Cuz is on the chase. The Wukong fight. Push up towards that top side. They will force Ginger back. Weaver's wall coming out. Seismic shove. Crescent guard from Ginger as he looks for the re-engage. Second grub secured there. It's CFO that get it. The fight continues as BDD looks for some damage from the side between worlds. Goes Honkyu, dives onto the backline, but the Cyclone already takes down one. Doggo so late to this battle. Cuz looking for that flash across the wall and dashes to the grubs. Call to the Forge God from Driver. Lands the knock up onto two, but he's so low. Gets another double knock. Unbreakable is not enough to stop Ginger. And Honkyu. As the Drake taken by Cuz. And CFO, it's spectator sport at the moment as the flash comes in with the Winter's Bite. Ginger with a Crescent Guard, but look at the damage coming out from KT right now. They'll find two. Ginger Force low.
CFO needed to pull the trigger faster. Now it's Driver who might get caught.
A little bit. Uses the Bella's Breath, gets the knock up onto the Braum. Aqua Prism coming across. Unbreakable down. Doggo Valkyrieing in as Driver's forced to flash away. And KT with a TP are going to have a 5v5 in a second. Tidal Wave out. Cuz looking at that second Cyclone lands it. Doggo caught out first. The Equalize on the backline. Nami has to flash away. BDD finds him with an unraveled Earth through Hongju, trying to get in to the backline to get damage on Peter. He'll find one, but he's burnt where he stands. Rose, a bit of a flank from BDD. The Weaver's Wall could split the team. Ginger looking for the poke. Driver going in. Bella's Breath popped. The poke from CFO landing a little bit more. Hongju, though, gets the weirding onto Perfect. BDD on that flank position, coming in through the bot side. The knockback with the Blast Cone pushes Hongju into the face of BDD. The Drake down to 1,000, secured by Ginger. Goes in with the Crescent Guard, heals up with the Sundered Sky, flashes away and somehow survives. Driver knocked back with the Seismic Shove. He'll pay for it with his life. The Equalizer on the backline, though, is going to find another Peter looking for more with the Winter's Bite. And the stun on Hongju allows
commit to a fight prior to that. A great smite steal from Junja does save that from being a complete
chase under the tower. Doggo falls first. The turret falling low. Dokdam.
Now it's not easy, but definitely this is a team that will find them, but I think they're getting caught.
Man, this frontline Braum, I'm loving it. Glacial Fisher onto two. The Oysters are falling as KT collapsed. Driver stunned up, put another pearl on the necklace. Although he is at 3 items, doesn't have that huge crit chance, doesn't have a huge amount of damage as they find the pick here onto Peter. Tidal Wave down. Peter's going to stand beside his teammate, but Hongju puts him in his place. CFO find the pick. TP coming out from Perfect. Hongju looking for a little bit more. Cyclone from Cuz just to try and distract and dissuade the engage from CFO, but a great knockback onto Ginger means that Cuz goes on a rampage. Driver now on the retreat with the rest of the Oysters, but KT are not letting them escape easily. Doggo onto Dokdam! 80 for 80 and Hongju adds another onto that receipt. It's 2 so far. Driver retreats. KT still looking for more as Cuz and BDD step forward. By KT. CFO walking into fog of war, and war it shall be. Equalizer on the backline. Driver stepping forward. Temtate secured the soul for KT, but is the fight going in their favor? A great flame spitter from Perfect with that Seekers goes golden, but then goes pop. CFO find one. The dive in from Cuz onto Driver. They'll get one in response. Ginger forced away. A weirding from Hongju, but BDD's on the flank as he looks for the damage. Can't quite find it with that threaded volley. CFO being shepherded down towards this bottom side. Ginger looking for the engage. Doggo dived on, pops the barrier, but then it's put in the dirt. The dive as well from BDD. KT split the fight.
Maybe they want to wait for the next wave, but like that's 30 seconds, and oh, here we go.
From Ginger, flash call to the Forge God from Driver. Get the knock up. Oh, Driver, that was gorgeous, but on the back line. Perfect, and Cuz dive in with the Cyclone. They find 2 for it. CFO pulled the trigger, but KT's reaction was absolutely sublime. They'll wipe away CFO. Hongju can only stand and watch as K2 pushes. It should be okay on the next one. You've got the Cold and Meek to heal yourself up a little bit. You've got the Slice and Dice hits level 2. There's always the threat of a Slice Ruthless Predator Jarvan gank.
Yeah, there really is, and I do think, oh, BDD in trouble.
Falling low to Hongju here. Just walk around the corner. Can't be sure where Cuz is right now as Hongju, so you have to just be that little bit more cautious, especially with Peter walking his way up.
He's on the way. Can Hongju avoid this? Peter, well, does he just want to invest the flash? BDD's so low!
Peter's just gonna look for the flash hook underneath the tower, but it's not gonna be enough damage from Hongju. Still able to flash away. Summoners exchanged between the Nort and the Azir.
Nice roam from Peter.
He uses the heal for him as well. Now BDD's gonna flash just to kill Kaiwing. Flash heal wasn't enough.
He is. This is his first time, flying. If you haven't watched some of his interviews, do yourself a favor, go watch some. He is Just a treat.
Great hook again onto Junja. Is going to put the subjugate down. Flash forward from Perfect. Death charge onto Honkyu as well. But Junja already put in the dirt. The
seconds until the dragon. You could end up looking for him, especially with someone like Kaiwing. But there we go!
Death charge. They get the knock-up. The quickness comes out, but it's not in time. Peter claims the kill.
So proactive here, and now you knock the mid laner down. Kaiwing spent his ult. Cuz is behind Doggo.
Oh, Doggo, is your bark worse than your bite? It seems like it flashes away.
Oh!
Gets away with the killer instinct as well with the TP coming out. Doggo. Junja. He starts up the red. There's the hook, and Junja in the jungle.
He's going to get stopped. You just flag it.
Flag comes out. Peter will have another hook. He's just standing there. He's like, what are you going to do, Honkyu? Death charge down. They'll look for the engage, a cataclysm.
Yeah, and you already highlighted the wave clear. It's a Rift Herald now as well. So you were already losing on the map. Now you doubly lose on the map. But Perfect might lose this.
Pillar coming out. There's a killer instinct as well with the quickness. Everything invested. Perfect falls the shutdown to Doggo.
Because of that reset.
It's the same setup again. Rest is on his way across on the hunt, popped by Dogdam as they look for the chase. Depth charge onto Honkyu, Emperor's Divide, dodged by the Cataclysm. Honkyu not in the redemption in time. CFO lose their mid laner and now might lose the rest as they get chased down by KT. Junja on the flank, a 4v4 begins to erupt. It's Perfect, not TPing down yet. The redemption for KT will top them up.
National stage.
Yeah, I mean, some of the teams that weren't giving them respect have already been sent home. Peter's looking for another play.
Depth charge down onto Junja. The pillar does not really going to stop anyone getting in, but a good quickness out from Kaiwing distracts the rest of KT. Kaiwing trying to dash back, but he's taken out by Dogdam. One down so far. KT can advance. Oh, a great hook again! Peter, what are you?
Again? Because why not? Honkyu has no teleport and he's still dead.
He goes for it again. Rest steps in front of the bullet for Doggo. The knock back onto Peter, though, now slammed into the wall, and the rest of KT unable to respond in time. Doggo diving onto the backline. Killer instinct flashes the barrier. Doggo gets the shutdown. Cards Perfect and BDD still alive. Not much mana on BDD, though. They'll still be able to kill off Kaiwing. Honkyu and Junja need to do it all. But Honkyu doesn't have the damage. Still looking for it. They have the Emperor's Divide if they can find a way into this fight, but Honkyu goes in, BDD pops a stopwatch, Otacon secured, Kaiwing with a good quickness finds two with a knock-up, but CFO now need to disengage. All their engage tools have been used. Cuz diving onto that backline. Cuz taken out by Doggo. Perfect looking for it as well. But this dog who let him out, Perfect, shows him where the cage is at. Puts him back to the fountain. Only Honkyu left alive. As Perfect, BDD, Dogdam and Peter collapse. The Drake how low, 7k. Kaiwing flashes for BDD. Lands the quickness and the grand entrance, but with a flash away from BDD, Perfect dives in. And the chase goes in from Cuz. Cataclysm onto the backline. The Emperor's Divide from Honkyu. Everyone from KT falling below half HP, but now with the redemption they are topped up to full. For a moment, CFO looked like they may have found the fight, but the wallets are too damn heavy. KT find the 5-0 ace and will walk it down mid. Yes, onto Honkyu. BDD doesn't have a huge amount of mana. Grub's begun again by Cuz. The flash, headbutt pulverize. Oh, Peter, take a medal, take a prize, impaled under the tower, but he takes the enemy mid laner down with him. Rest trying to come in from the side. He's going to get slept as well. A perfect nap for KT to collapse as Dogdam takes the kill. Kaiwing chased out, make it 3.
But Dogdam is there. They have the extra member. They get the feats of warfare, and Honkyu's just caught snoozing. And it has been just excelling throughout the entire game.
And we've talked about it so often for CFO. If Junja and Honkyu can be on the same page, they can do work, but KD have shut them down perfectly. Dogdam flashes away, the headshot's not enough! The Peacemaker doesn't find its mark. Junja flashes finally! Finds the shutdown. Cuz now on the back foot. Ults away with that Heartbreaker. A magical journey for Junja onto Peter, but a double blast cone will get them to safety. As Junja might try and collapse on BDD. Ishtar's impact in, catches Peter, slams him into the wall. The rest of CFO trying to collapse, but there's the trample stun, a good impale through the wall. Cuz able to flash away, asleep onto that Skarner. Paddlestar just short of connecting. Spiraling despair on BDD, Peter falling low. Honkyu finds the kill, BDD still dashing forward with these two teams as KT set up vision around the Drake. Will be soul point for them, and an Infernal Soul with Ziggs and Zoe is not something you want to give over easily. Already down to 4k. Peter acting as a bouncer, Rest trying to get in. Junja going forward as well, but a good pulverize from Peter. The Drake stopped with a temper fate. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble not going to hit on Doggo. The smite from Junja finds it and impale as well. Spiraling despair for KT is Perfect. Forced to flash away. CFO find the fight, find 2. Rest dives onto the backline, gets a double knock. Junja still looking for the chase. A Satchel charge out into the flash. Edge of Ishtar won't go any further with that Ishtar's impact. An ace in the hole won't be enough, but Rest still on the chase onto BDD. Forces him back underneath his tower.
KT's poke is exceptional.
Look at
But
Rest.
no poke lands, and Rest want to keep this going.
He slept. Satchel going to knock him back. Decimating smash there as well. Rest used the tunnel. He flashes back in, and Rest just slices them where they stand. He'll pay for it with his life.
An Annie, an Ari, anything like that. So it's just everything does your poke land.
Oh my god! Oh my god, the Mega Inferno Bomb of Doom, and Junja overstepping Peter with a great double pulverize onto the backline, and everything hits this time. Rest tries to dive in, but is put to sleep, and all he'll see are nightmares of KT. A triple in the end for Dogdam, another sleep landing, and the chase comes out from Perfect and from Dogdam! Hongchu is not done yet. Castle chasing down a Heartbreaker estate.
He's looking like he's got an aimbot. He's just point and click.
Peter caught with a Tempered Fate. And that cow might be going golden, but he is going to get skewered by CFO. The Otacon next. TP's coming out as CFO try to up the tempo. TP out from Perfect as well as KT are going to call for a fight of their own.
You've got to wait for BDD. This wall could be devastating, but he's so far away. The ultimates are flying, but Otacon is going down.
Honky already down to half HP. Perfect with the Decimating Smash doesn't land it. The Otacon should be secured here for CFO. They get it. The sleep lands, but only onto Rest. Will KT continue to chase, or will they accept that this fight is not for them?
Fantastic play from CFO. They get the pick and they just force their hand, immediately start the Otacon, rush it down. Don't allow KT to get set up. KT's comp is so weak when they're late to the fight.
And this is the scrappiness we were talking about for CFO. They don't want to give up the area. Dragon's there.
Oh, the damage onto Honky, spiraling despair though, into the net! And down goes BDD. Kaz on the backline gets the reset. He possesses that way, and the chase continues. Dives across the wall. Spectral Maw doesn't get the stun. Junja trying to retreat. Dogdam looking for that satchel. Another stun's going to land. And Rest has the flank. Doggers there as well. Junja falls, and now the Skarner taken away by Kaz. Rest trying to get in, locked against the wall, and Kaiwing and Doggo leave him for the KT Wolves.
About the lack of consistent damage, doesn't feel like they have that anymore.
Honkyu's
the timing!
Decimating Smash against the knockup. They don't kill the tower. Mega Inferno will go down as well, as Honkyu takes a drive to his demise.
And they're looking for a pick on Rest.
Rest trying to tunnel away, but Peter uses the minion line to try and get himself towards it. There's the knockup, there's the trample, there's the drowsy.
But you still have BDD pushing to that bottom side, so CFO, they're not able to get the tier 2. It would be BDD who's able to pick up that objective, but CFO
Flash from Junja, Impale doesn't connect, but the damage onto Kaz will stick. Meanwhile on the backline, Doggo has to retreat. Kaiwing doing the same, Perfect still just standing as a meat wall in front of CFO. Junja's gonna fall first, BDD gets Honkyu, and now KT on the backline. Battlestar just short, Dragon down to 4k as KT look for the soul and knock back onto Junja, and again it's Peter who keeps the enemy jungler at bay. Rest dives in, but the rest of his team are distracted by the cow. Now the chase in with an unstoppable onslaught, and if that's not a name for how KT have played this series, I don't know what is. Unstoppable from KT as they march down CFO and look for the semis.
No one expected KC to be one of the teams that could push.
KT's day. Kaiwing can do nothing but watch as KT take the Nexus towers. The Nexus next, the KT coaster keeps on climbing. For the first time in history, KT are going to semis.